What's up everyone, Danny Lightning back with another CSR2 video. We are going to check out the Battista. This car sure looks like a Ferrari, but this is not a Ferrari. It's a brand new electric car that just got added to the game, so let's check it out. We're going to do a stage 5 shift and tune, stage 6 shift and tune. We'll see if we can find a live racing setup, and we'll do a review on the car as well. This video is brought to you by YouTuber Asho Speed the King. There's a link to his channel in this video's description. When you have this car 100% maxed out, nitrous all the way to the right, final drive 2.0, and tires on 8 psi, that's going to give you a dyno time of a 6.792, so this is probably going to be a pretty darn fast car. To drive it, we are going to let go of the gas right about number 2, try and get a perfect start. Right after launch, hit your nitrous, and then all shifts right before the red line. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Nitrous, second, third, fourth gear. Wait a second, there is no fourth gear. What am I talking about? Third gear. Alright, so there we ran a 6.815, which is not too bad. Let's go ahead and fit it back to stage 5 and see what it can do on stage 5 parts only. When you have all of the stage 5 parts installed with all of the fusions, nitrous all the way to the right, final drive 2.32, tire pressure on 8 psi, and that's going to give us a dyno of an 8.973. So we're going to go ahead and drive it the exact same way. Let go of the gas right about number 2. After it launches, hit the nitrous, and then all shifts right before the red line. 3, 2, 1, go. Nitrous, second gear, third gear, and that's pretty much all she wrote. And what did we run? Right there we got an 8.970. So that's how you do it on stage 5, and let's see if we can find a crazy live racing setup. So I did find a low performance point high evo tune where we only need to upgrade 3 parts and we get over 1,784 evo and 642 on the performance points. So this should be a really good live racing setup. This will probably have a really nice lobby advantage. So any part that's not tunable, fit that back to stock, overboost or nitrous on stage 2. Tires and transmission on stage 5. All the other parts are back to stock. To tune it, nitrous all the way to the right, final drive 3.20 and tire pressure on 8 psi. That's going to give us a dyno of 11.196. So basically we want to try and run 11.2, as close to 11.2 as possible, but we don't want to beat 11.2. We want this to stay in the 11.2 lobby. We don't want it to change over to a faster lobby where it can't win anymore. Now to drive it, we're going to let go of the gas right around number 2. You're going to see the needle kick back, hit your nitrous, and then all good shifts right before the red line. 3, 2, 1, go. Nitrous, second gear, third gear, and this car is going to beat the dyno time, so we're actually going to want to be like right before you cross the finish line, downshift, which I didn't do, but you don't want it to beat the dyno time. You want it to stay in the 11.2, and we're running 11.1s, so you definitely want to downshift a couple times so you can keep it in the 11.2 lobby. Alright, well let's go ahead and do a review on this car. So it does have a live racing tune, which is amazing. It will beat Tempest, no problem if you have enough parts on it. It has a top speed of 330 some miles per hour. 0 to 60 is like 0.4 something. 0 to 100 is like 0.6 something. I mean, top speed's good, acceleration's good. It crosses the finish line quickly. It's not great at beating the dyno, however, but it will beat the dyno on the live racing setup by a little bit. So at least there's that. But on stage 5 and stage 6, it's not really much of a dyno beating car. So that's one downfall. But overall, it's pretty cool. This car looks a lot like a Ferrari, but it's not actually a Ferrari. This is a new brand. So good luck getting parts for this. Anytime there's a car with like a brand new brand, it's very hard to get fusion parts or anything without spending real money. Of course, it is a Purple Star car anyway, so you know, it's kind of more of like a paid car or a prize car or whatever you want to call it. Now when it comes to the live racing setup, remember You do not want to be beating the dyno with this type of tune, right? You want to stay under the dyno, because when a car runs faster than the dyno time when you're live racing, every so many wins the game will push you from one lobby to the next, to the next, to the next, and eventually you're going to be in a lobby where the car cannot win live races anymore. And that's why we love these low performance point high evo tunes. As long as you run the consistent time and you don't beat the dyno or don't beat the lobby time, the car will always stay in that lobby and you won't have a struggle to win live races. So that's one big advantage about this car, is it does have that nice live racing setup, and you can use that to make it beat dyno. Like, let's just say you need it to do a supply cup or some sort of racing event where you had to beat dyno to get through the event, and some racing events are like that. So the only downfalls are it's going to be very hard to get parts for this car, and it's not beating dyno on stage 5 or stage 6. Now you might be able to down tune it a little bit. I don't really get into down tuning, but bottom line is, overall it's a pretty nice car. It's good at most things, but not everything. The things I look at when I judge a car is top speed, acceleration, does it beat the dyno time, how does it do for live racing, how fast does it cross the finish line, and all that kind of stuff. So there's several things to look at when determining if a car is going to be right for you or going to fit your needs, or whether or not it's a good car. So there's a lot of factors to look at when you think a car is good. Some people just say, hey, that car is really fast, you know, it crosses the finish line quickly, this car is amazing. But that's not always the case. I mean, sometimes a car will cross the finish line really fast and it doesn't really do anything else well. So yeah, you know, it's just not every car is great at everything. Some cars are good at this, some cars are good at that, some cars are pretty nice at it all, but not every car is good at everything. But anyways, I think that's going to wrap this one up. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are all super awesome. Thank you for watching the videos and hanging out with me on the live streams and all that stuff. Anybody who's a channel member, thank you guys. I really appreciate the extra support. If you want to become a channel member, you can click the little join button down below the video. You can click the thank you button to donate. There's some ways to help support the channel down there in the video's description. And yeah, maybe check out one of these videos that's about to pop up on the screen. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You guys are awesome. Lighting it out. See ya.